Uh oh. What's going on with you now?
Hey man, it's another week. I don't know if you got that echo or not, but it's another week in this tech. That's what we doing. I know that
Oh,
much.
that's what it. I see. Hold on. Let me see them headphones you got on. I
Oh,
see
come
them
on,
just
man.
blinking all the way over here.
No, they're not blinging. They just some throwback monsters. That's all they are.
Some throwback monsters,
Throwback.
and yeah, I ain't mad at that. I'm over here looking at the finals, NBA finals. You know, they trying to do it again, LA. So I got screens going on one side, and I'm watching that while we supposed to be talking about. Look, you watching the game too, aren't you?
I am. Look, I got it on my wall right now, so we good. Don't
That's
judge
all
me.
right. I'm trying not to. I'm gonna try not to, brother. Hey,
I can't see the score, but I can see the game actually happening, so I'm good.
I'll let you know what the score is, God dog it, because I got it going over here.
Who you
Shout out
got?
to everybody.
Who
Look,
you got?
I gotta be West Coast, so I gotta go with the Lakers. I've never really cheered or rooted for the Lakers. I mean, living in Sacramento, I've kind of been a Kings follower, not necessarily Kings. I can't even say a Kings fan. I can't even say that out loud. But we just tolerate them. But I think it'll be a good story if LA pulls this out, and it'll close out
You
a
mean in
dramatic
Miami?
year.
You talking about Miami or LA?
LA,
Because of
right?
Mamba. Okay, because of Mamba edition. Okay, I
Yeah,
got
yeah, you know what I'm saying. So
I got
that'd be
you.
the story that we need. We lost Kobe at the beginning of the year. If we can win something for the West Coast, at least with the Lakers, let's get that right.
Okay. All right. All right.
I'm a sentimental kind of guy, so I'm always looking for the story.
Okay. I'm with
All
it.
right. All right. Before we get started, you gave me. Let's talk about this first and foremost. You gave me a lot of grief about my setup, about my lack of proper peripherals. Just you see what's going on now, right? You see we got ambient lighting. I got plants. Um, your boy got the screen on the TV showing all the properties of Hicks Do Media. Shouts out to all the people that work with Hicks Do Media and Tallboy Enterprises Entertainment. This is
Well,
what we do.
the only problem that you got is your 3G because you're pixelated right now.
Oh my! No, I'm not. No, I'm not, brother.
I'm just telling you what I see, bro. I love you, but you look pixelated. But I mean, I see you being teched out with the smart lights in the background.
I do. Yeah, smart lights, baby.
I see you, man. I'm really proud of you. I really am.
Thank you, man. I did it because you caused me a lot of stress and grief. My wife
No,
saw a whole lot of packages coming from Amazon, and I got looked at with a little bit of a side eye when these lights showed up. But I'm happy with what we got. So shouts out to that. I appreciate you for getting me right. I'll drink to that.
okay, go ahead. Oh, we drinking? Okay, well, it wouldn't be right if I didn't have mine. But my thing is, you got smart lights. I want the audience to see the smart lights before we get into the show. We only got an hour now, so you playing around.
Well, it's all controlled through the application. I got Philips Hue lights all throughout the house, especially here in the office. I got ambient strips going on behind there. I've got the different colored lights. I've got a couple of desktop lamps. I set them down to the low purple lights there. That's my daughter's favorite color, so I got them going at purple. But I'm loving it. I can control the lights and turn them off and on throughout the day. I've got everything in the house set to go off at a specific time. It's very convenient. It's a little pricey. You get what you pay for, though. Yeah, when you go with Philips Hue, you definitely pay kind of a
They didn't have
premium
no
for 'em.
Amazon Prime deals.
Oh my goodness, you were already talking about Amazon Prime.
I'm
You
just
just
asking.
jump.
I just want to see
You,
the lighting setup. Now, go ahead, show them, man. They got people watching, man. You
I
go.
can look. Now you throwing me for a loop because I wasn't ready to just. I'm not gonna get up and move my camera to show the
No,
lights.
I thought you could turn the lights off on your phone and then show the
Oh my.
ambient light. Go ahead,
Oh,
go.
hold on.
But take me off
See,
the
there
screen
he
and
go.
let everybody see what you got going on. You the producer today. Come on,
Oh
make it
my
work.
God. He got this brother right here. Hold on, folks. All right, let me do this. Let me turn off the big lights here. Oh man, y'all see it, brother? All right, so let me. You see, I got the light action right there. I got one of it. I'm controlling it all through my mobile phone. Um, my lights that I got back here, different colors. little yellow, green, all the colors of the rainbow. So again, can control the entire house, the entire room, just through the mobile application. Philips Hue makes it very seamless for that. It's very convenient. The bulbs themselves range between about $20 for the white, and I think they're about $45 for the colored one. So there you go. Now you got, now look at it. My room is off now. I got half pink, half purple. It's kind of like a paradox. It's kind of like a presidential debate right now back there. It's all jacked up.
So $20 for the Philips Hue lights. They can buy it where? Because somebody might say they like that setup.
Yes, I got all mine from Best Buy. I walk into Best Buy and they know me by first name.
Oh, you
yeah.
fancy. Okay.
Yeah, they know me. No, they trust me. They know me at Best Buy. But Lowe's, Target has them. Surprisingly, Walmart doesn't have them. You would think Walmart has some other categories, but they don't have. I haven't never seen the Philips. Obviously, you can get them on Amazon as well and get them shipped. But I've had great success just going out to the local Best Buy and picking up there. So definitely check. Oh, and Bed Bath and Beyond. I think Bed Bath and Beyond carries it too, and you gotta love them because you always get their little 20% flyer in the mail. So take advantage of that.
That's what's up.
There we go, man. You threw me all on the spot. But hit the spot. You threw me on the spot there. I wasn't ready for that. Brother, what's on your mind, man? We got some things we want to talk about. I know you got some things you're passionate about. I got one thing that I'm going to just throw on you in the middle of the show and just to get your reaction. But let me let you start with what's on your mind.
Let's go with it. We just talked about Amazon. Amazon Prime Day. I'm a big Amazon fan. I stay on Amazon. My girlfriend is gonna. She's like, you always getting all these packages at the door. One of them is gonna hopefully be one of her birthday gifts on Tuesday. So I
better get there on time.
Yeah, well, it's got that 2-day Prime. So. So with that being said, they have Amazon Prime Day has now officially been announced for October 13th and October 14th. And for the ones that are watching, we do have, and I should have had this information before I went on the show, but I was dealing with something previous before we got up. But we have a nonprofit called the Network of Stars Foundation. And I'm going to see if we can find the link to where when you make these purchases, hopefully you guys will do it for our nonprofit to where we can get a portion of the proceeds that does not come out of your pocket. But that portion of that proceeds go to our nonprofit that we have where we teach entrepreneurship and networking with kids. But with that being said, that's that little selfless plug for the nonprofit. The deal is $10 off on October 13th and 14th. If you shop at Whole Foods. So all you got to do is just show them your Amazon Prime scan code or something like that, and you get $10 off. I think you can also do it on their Amazon store. I think maybe something with the books, not Audible, but something like that. But I think the details are right there. But you can use this up to 5 times. 5 times. So that means that's $50 if you spend $10 at any one of these stores. So if you already shop at Whole Foods and spend $10 on one trip, that's a $10 gift card that comes to you. And then if you go back another week or 2 days later, you get another $10, and you can do it up to 5 times. So if I'm trying to see, it says visit the Amazon Fresh store. Visit the Amazon Go store or Go Grocery, Amazon Books, and I think the other one was visit an Amazon 4-star store or something like that, and just use your Prime account checkout. So I don't know what all those stores are. I've heard of Amazon Fresh. I've heard of Whole Foods. I'm not sure what some of these other ones are. So that's what's on my mind. There's always some great deals. You might be able to get you a PlayStation if you're lucky.
Oh, you just jumping all over the board tonight, brother. Okay.
I'm not. But you know that's what everybody wants. Everybody and the kids want that for Christmas. So You might be able to get that. You might be able to get your early Christmas shopping in. You know, we are in a pandemic, so I mean, go ahead, just have them just deliver it to the door. Amazon Prime Day officially October 13th and 14th.
That's true. That's true. But you got to get them in there, and you got to get those deals before they sell out again. Because I guarantee you that inventory is not going to be enough to meet the demand. There's going to be a lot. There's going to be more demand than there is supply. But what I thought was interesting was this particular story right here. Yeah, we got Prime Day coming on was that the 11th through October 13th through the 14th. As soon as Amazon announced that, Target came out and said, "Oh, we're gonna do our deal days the exact same 2 days."
Competition.
Wait a minute, what?
Competition. But hold on. Let's be honest. Walmart and Target don't have nothing on Amazon. Come on now.
That's true. But then right after Target came out, Walmart came out and said, "You know what? We're gonna do our big save online event for the entire week, the 11th through the 15th." So you got the 11th through the 15th at Walmart, 13th and the 14th at Target and Amazon. All of these retailers are seeing that the pandemic has caused them stress and grief and strife, and they're not being able to meet their quotas and their numbers or whatever the case may be. They're just hitting us all at the exact same time. I think this is good for the consumer, right? Because now we have all these choices. But I think you're right. For the most part, I'm whipping out the credit card and going to Amazon as opposed to some of these other locations. It just is, because just the availability, right? And just to be able to have something in 1 day or 2 day coming from Amazon as opposed to having to wait for it to come from wherever from Walmart. I really do. I despise their whole logistical system. It's just horrible. The website, and hopefully someone that works at Walmart corporate is watching, so we can get you on and talk bad about you. But you got to fix your distribution and your logistics and to be in line with Amazon. I know they just launched Walmart Plus, which allows them to do same day deliveries on things like groceries and if it's in your local store, but Amazon just has it down, right? Target is pretty nice as well, though. So I think that's going to be an interesting kind of battle during those couple of days next month.
Target discount for employees is 100% better than Amazon, but that's if you work there.
you got to be in there. You got to be there.
But do you work there though? I'm talking about for the average consumer. Do you? I mean,
yeah.
And not many people. I mean, I know we all in I'm in the homeboy hookup. You work there? Hey, can I get your discount? But I mean, now you got to think about it like this. In all honesty, there's not going to be a Black Friday this year. So this is your Black Friday.
Yeah, that's true.
So basically, if you don't get it on October 13th and 14th on Amazon, if you don't get it the 11th through the 15th through these other retailers, then Merry Christmas.
Yeah,
I don't know about Small Business Monday. I don't know about the Tech Day and the Nonprofit Day. I don't know about those days, but I do know Black Friday. Mm-hmm. Excuse me, Small Business Saturday, and I think it's Online Monday or something like that. So yeah.
But again, those are going to be they're going to look very different this year than they've looked in the past. So don't sleep on anything, y'all. If you want something, and you know you're going to get it, you know somebody wants it on their list, just go ahead and on October 13th when the Amazon Prime Day sales start, go do it. I invest in a lot of companies, but I don't have an investment in Amazon. So this is, again, we are completely non-biased on this show.
Right.
But we just telling you, we telling you what's for real out there. You know, everyone else will probably tell you something else, but we telling you what the real deal is. If you're trying to get that PlayStation, let's talk about this PlayStation. It's just hovering.
So before we
hold
do
on,
that,
it's just hovering over the room
before,
right now.
Before you do that, Network of Stars. Just look up Network of Stars. That's STARRS. Network of Stars Foundation. Look them up. That's the nonprofit that I'm affiliated with. Any purchases that you make, that would be I think it's 2%, 0.5%. I'm not sure, but it would be a donation to our nonprofit. So buy whatever you want to buy, but I think you may have to just search for the nonprofit, or it says, would you like to add a nonprofit?
Yeah.
Well, we'll have it right for you by next week, okay? I promise you that. I got to throw out the shameless plug. We need help. We're doing it for the kids.
Cause like you were saying, you're doing it for the kids. That's what it's all about. You're doing something positive, and we just gotta love that. So we always gonna support that. Now let's get back to this. Let's get back to this gaming system, because and the reason I keep pressing, is because I know it's heavy on your heart and it's heavy on your mind. Tell me something. We just had pre-orders for Sony.
Had it for Xbox too.
I don't care about that. I didn't bring up the Xbox. You brought up the Xbox.
Okay.
Costs a little bit of money, but again, you get what you pay for. I think it's worth it. Did you stand in line, brother? That's all I want to know. I had a standing bet with myself, a drinking bet with myself. Did Tall Boy stand in line to get to go PS5?
I did. I did. So let me say this: if you take one step forward, God will take care of two.
Say that again.
I said, if you take one step forward, God will give you two.
I heard you the first time, but that sure did sound good.
Yeah, I'm just saying. So I honestly was not going to do it, but then I thought about it, and so my girlfriend said, "Do you want this?" She said, "What do you want for Christmas?" And I said, "I don't want anything." And I said, "To be honest with you," I said, if I get anything, I would want the PlayStation 5. So if I can't get that on November 12th, then there's really technically no Christmas. Even though Christmas is not about materialistic things, let's just first and foremost, let's just say that. But from a tech perspective, that's going to be the hottest item that's out there. And so I'm on, checking my alerts on GameStop, on Walmart, on Target, on Amazon, and something comes on my timeline saying that pre-orders will be available at GameStop on Friday morning.
Friday morning. What time Friday morning? What time they open?
12 o'clock.
Don't just glaze over that. Okay, that's the time they open. Okay.
So 12 o'clock p.m. So she told me that she was not going to stand in the line. So I said, okay, fine, no big deal. It is what it is. I just knew that I had called multiple GameStops in the Atlanta market. There's more than 5 in the Atlanta market, and some had it, some didn't. So with that being said, it was first come, first serve. Some had the amount posted on the wall, but the store that I went to did not. I was there at 6 o'clock in the morning with my snacks, my water, my juice. You
had his snacks with him.
Yeah, I did. I had me one of them lawn chairs out there, and I was number 5 in the line. And let's just put it like this: there was about 45 to 50 people that was there. And when the GameStop employees showed up to work, they said, "Why are y'all standing in the line?" And she said, "We only have 8." Well, I'm number 5.
What number were you again? Yeah. Watch out now.
So with that being said, people were offering money. Somebody paid $200 just to be able to skip the line and get one of the 8 people spot. Wow. I didn't give up mine.
Yeah.
But I'll just say this. I got my pre-order.
See, man got paperwork.
I got paperwork. I got the pre-order, so I did get it.
I ain't mad at that. Okay. If I had some Jackson 5 Christmas music, I'd play that right now because.
So we're not gonna talk about nothing else. We just know that I got mine. I don't know why you even did that. So I mean, it is what it is. I got mine.
You got to. Well, good. Congratulations, because I know that was, that was something that you wanted to do. anything worthwhile, you got to put some time in, and you put that time in. So
Yeah, you're right. I don't do lines. Tallboy do not do lines. So for me to be in a line, that's you saw what my man just said. Tallboy don't do lines. I told you, I just don't do lines.
you went up there trying to drop your name and say,
No,
"Don't
but
y'all
see
know me?"
the funny thing is, I live in Atlanta, so I'm not saying I'm big. I don't like to stun or anything like that. Mm-mm. But I know people. But
Yeah,
because I've been out of the game for a minute, I don't know people. Things change. There's a shift, and so new
yeah,
people I have come into play, and I'm like you. I got to order online. I got to buy at the store. I got to pay regular costs. So I don't know people like Hit the Spot 1006, and I don't know people like Mark Johnson anymore, to where I can just pull up and just be like, hey, you got me. I used to be able to do that. I just can't do that right now.
okay, it's all good. You still got some clout, collateral,
I know a few people, but I don't know people like the way
credibility.
I used to. Because I used to be. Now, look, when the PlayStation 2 came out, I was
Yeah,
a junior in college. A junior. Yeah, I was senior in college. I was a senior in
okay.
college, and told the guy at the GameStop what I wanted. He told me he couldn't make it happen. I said, I told you couldn't make it happen. He says, you know what? I tell you what, stand by that phone. He gave me a call at 9:30 that night, the night before the game was released, and said, if you come up here with your money, I'll have you one. I was in the line at 5:45, and by 6:25, I was walking out of the store with a PlayStation 2, playing the game. Had a 8 o'clock or a 9 o'clock class. Showed up to the class with the PlayStation box in hand, not the system, but the box. And the professor, she told me she would give me an A if
Mm.
I gave up that PlayStation. I said, nah, I earned my A. So
Yeah.
I'm dedicated to this gaming thing. I'm not a diehard, but I'm dedicated to the gaming system. So yeah,
It's all right. Hey, you win it to win it, but then you
yeah,
got history.
yeah,
I'm not gonna throw that last comment. I'm not gonna look.
yeah,
Andy
yeah.
just
Don't
tried.
do that.
She
Don't do
tried.
that.
See,
Don't
I'm
do
not
it.
gonna do you
Don't do
like
it.
that.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm
Don't
not
do
gonna do
it.
you like
Don't
that.
do
I'm
it.
not.
Don't
We're
do
not
it.
even gonna talk about it anymore.
Don't
We
do it.
gonna go ahead and move on. We're
All
gonna
right, so
get
you got now you've been all up in my Kool-Aid. What you got going on in your world? Come on, talk to me, Tech.
so check. I got something that'll probably surprise you that I'm talking about.
Okay,
All right. So I'm part of the cult of Mac. I'm a Apple fanboy, all of that. I've been drinking Steve Jobs Kool-Aid for a long time. I worked for the man and had my little one-on-one interaction with him back in the day. So we go back. But my son is still flippant. He loves him some Android. He loves the functionality of Android. And I guess what I'm leading up to is the Pixel 5 announcement from Google.
okay,
Right. So they just announced that, and look, stock Android has always been appealing to me as well. Right. So the Pixel device, even though it may not have all of the bells and whistles and fanciness that like an LG or Samsung may have, stock Android is very cool. And so the Pixel 5 was just announced. It's a smaller display. It's a 6-inch display as opposed to what the 4A has. It's a 5G phone. It's on pre-order right now for $699. Only comes in two colors. Google is very, very straightforward and simple when they release a device, and rightfully so. It's interesting in the fact, and also what they provided. They've actually got fast wireless charging for the first time. So all their other devices, all the pixels from Google didn't have fast wireless charging. This is the first one that's got that. So that's huge, right? That's a major step that I think that they've done. The fact that for the rear-facing camera, they decided to go with an ultra-wide camera instead of a zoom lens. That's an interesting perspective,
they're jumping on
right?
LG's bandwagon.
That's exactly what I was going to say, right? I mean, so that's very interesting for them to do something like that.
So I think
Fingerprints.
stuff before you go into that, a lot of people if you have an Android phone, Samsung, no Samsung. Give me another brand that's out there. Oh, the OnePlus.
One, yeah.
And give me another brand. Come on, outside of LG, real quick.
I don't know. Look again.
Okay. Pixel now. Well, before this phone,
Motorola, Nokia.
Yeah, Nokia. Okay, so with that being,
I'm flashing back.
Yeah, old school. Yeah, you
StarTAC,
telling your age. Yeah, you
StarTAC.
Telling your age. All right, so before you used to be able to take the phone and you know how you take the group shot with the phone and you be like this, you be good. Yeah, Razor. Thank you. You take your phone.
That's my brother right there. And the Dad, that's my brother. Okay.
So you take the phone and you want to get everybody in for the group shot.
Right.
LG was the first one to do the wide angle camera. And that means, you know how you used to say, we're going to take this group shot for the holidays or for the business function. And you got to tell people to tighten in and all that. Well, LG, they came up with that technology first. And then they said, we're going to, give you that ultra wide angle so you can pretty much get the whole room. So then you don't have to tell people to scoot in. And now to see Pixel doing this now, they're just, I tell people all the time, you never see a commercial for Bentley or for Jaguar. And that's kind of like, people may laugh at me when I say that because I'm a LG fan. But, I mean, they just have some functionalities that a lot of these Android phones just don't have. And, I mean, yeah, it's nice that you have the nice rollout for Apple and the nice rollout for Samsung at T-Mobile, Sprint, and Verizon. They very rarely promote our phones. But, I mean, my thing is, if you really take a hard look at what LG is doing, you'll be impressed. But go back, because you didn't mention, and I'm not knocking you. You put out the high price point phone, the $699 phone, but they have another phone for $499. Everybody ain't balling like you.
There you go.
Everybody not balling like you, man. You just think everybody got money. You want to just tell everybody the most highest price phone. You might be like me, a mid-tier. You might be like somebody else to be like, look, I'm just trying to get in the game like EA Sports.
Oh,
you just want to go to the like you want to bust a head, $699.
Pretty much.
Now don't get me wrong, the $699 comes with more features, but I mean they do have a lower price point on some of their new Pixel phones.
They do, and
come on,
I would be remiss if we didn't talk to the public about everything, and that's why I got the screen up right now. But again, I like the fact that it's smaller than the 4A, right? So again, it's that 6-inch diagonal as opposed to 6.2. I mean, even my iPhone, I didn't get the large one, the Max. I got the regular candy bar size one because I really don't like that big, large bulkiness. The fact that they're all 5G phones, the new ones, is really, really cool. Once that starts rolling out, that's going to be phenomenal.
Look, one of the cool things about this is the what is it, the $499 phone? They have a 3.5 millimeter jack, whereas the other one, the flagship, the $699, it doesn't even have that.
They took it out. So what do you think about that? Right. So they're going into that perspective of no one's using the wired headphones. Look, I had to do a conference call today, and I was out in mobile, and I had to have my wired headphones because I didn't charge these guys up. You miss it when you don't have it, and then when someone takes it away from you without you having an option, that's where I have a problem with.
Right. I mean, you can buy an adapter. They have a USB-C to 3.5 millimeter jack adapter, but how many people are really going to go out there and go buy that? So my thing is, LG, once again, they still have one of the last phones that still has that 3.5 millimeter jack. Now you won't find it on the Wing, but with the new LG Wing, with their last 8 phones that have come out over the last 3 years, they were the ones that kept from the LG G5 series all the way up to where we are to the V60 series. They kept that 3.5 millimeter jack. So I mean, like I said, Jaguar, or you can go out there and go. What's that? The car that the electric cars. You can be fancy if you want, but you're just gonna lose some key features.
Oh my gosh, I'm not even gonna go into that because I am one of them electric car drivers. But
okay, Mr. Tesla.
Yes, sir. You need to come over here to the left coast and visit me some more.
I'm coming.
We need to roam the streets after this pandemic.
I'm glad I got friends.
Yes, sir. This screen grab right here, I think, is telling as well, right? So again, you're going from the $499, $5, all the way up to $699. But this kind of is really where that rubber meets the road, right? When you look at the processor, same processor, from a camera perspective, really close, right? No one's really going to see the difference between a 1.4 versus a 1.7 aperture. The bokeh that you're going to get from a mobile phone at those apertures isn't that great, or isn't that magnificent in terms of the difference there. So that's very close to what you're going to get on any good phone. The 12 megapixel rear camera, again, that's pretty darn good. That's got some really great quality. 8 megapixel in the front. Again, these three devices are built for making phone calls, running apps fast because they got that fast Snapdragon, and for doing what we always do with our mobile devices, taking great pictures. So it's interesting. I know, like I say, my guy is looking at it. I sent him the link to this today, and it's a consideration. He may be jumping ship from Apple and coming back to Android. We'll see how that works out.
So are you getting the phone, or your son is getting the phone?
I'm not getting it. No, I'm die hard iOS, but he has that option, so he may go back to Android.
Gotcha. Okay.
We'll see. Yeah. Speaking of phones, and you hinted to it a little bit. LG, the Wing, we talked about it last week. So I'm pre-order now, right? It's no longer just marketware. It's no longer just smoke and mirrors. It's actually available. And where is it?
Verizon okay. First, and then I think they're going to release it on Sprint. AT&T and T-Mobile a month after that. I don't know the actual dates. I thought, as I told you last week, I honestly thought about jumping out of the phone that I have, but I mean, nothing beats this foldable phone right now for the price point that I have. But I think it was the same price point for $999 for the LG Wing, and this is really more for your videographers. This is one of those phones where you can still do your activity down on the bottom, and then you can have your phone in landscape. And when you have it in landscape, you can use it as a gimbal. So now you don't have to worry about that anti-shake and all that great stuff. But the only problem is it's water resistant. It's not waterproof. So if you're at the beach or if you're by some water, you're screwed. And you don't have the 3.5 millimeter jack. So with that being said, it's kind of hard to make that jump, when I know that the V60 foldable, it's the truth.
Gives you everything that you need right then and there.
Right.
I hear you.
Phones. Look, it's like we're in a quarantine, shall we say? Almost going into a recession, but these phones are still. These phones ain't saying we're in a recession. So
$699, $799. Right. My God.
Well, actually, $699 is actually cheap in this climate that we're in, because you got to think, for the last 3 years, phones have been from the price point of $899 going up to now $1,200. So to get an iPhone, to be able to get a Samsung Note, to get the S Plus, you were in the $999 to $1,100 range for the last 2 years. So when you hear a phone that's actually available, shall we say, at a cheaper price point, yeah, man, that the $699. Now, back in the day, like maybe 2005, 2002, 2001, $699, that was like, man, I'm not paying that for that no kind of phone. But now it's like $699. Oh, that's the better phone. So,
and one thing that's interesting as well, and this wasn't even part of the topics that we were going to talk about, but just you kind of bring it up and hit my mind. $1,000 for a device, $600 for a device. But one thing that has made that more manageable for folks is, look, you can lease the phone. Correct. Right? So you don't have to drop a grand that day. You can pay for it on a monthly basis. Yeah, there's pros and cons of that. But look, you don't have to have $1,000 in your pocket that day to go with the new device. You can go ahead and pay the $30 per month and pay it off over 2 years. So that helps a lot.
You got to know how to ball on a budget.
Oh
Tall
my
boy
God.
experience. You got to know how to ball on a budget, baby. That's what it is. So I mean, now unless you're with Metro PCS or with Boost Mobile or US Cellular, yeah, you got to go out and pay for that kind of phone. But I mean, T-Mobile has the Jump program, and their phones work abroad. So if you do any international travel, this is what you're talking about. So, hey, it is what it is. Learn how to ball on a budget. I mean, put your down payment down, and then 2 years later, when they're talking about the new thing, you can be into the new phone. So, I mean, I had the V40, skipped over the V50, was waiting for the foldable phone. We were going to talk about one of those foldable phones today, but I think we're going to skip out of there. But I mean, you get I was going to get the foldable, but it was just too expensive. I mean, who's going to spend $1,800 for a first generation foldable phone? No, I mean, you tripping. So I waited, and then the foldable phone came out by LG. It was within this under $1,000 price point. I can put down $100 today, and then I just pay, $35 or $30 a month on top of my regular service. I mean, that's a little bit more manageable.
Yeah, agreed. I will say, shouts out to my boy Sonny here that's checking us out. He's watching this on his iPhone 7. Sonny, don't wait till next year, brother. No, go ahead, do something this year. Treat yourself this year, man. That's some great legacy architecture that you're running right now. But go ahead and get you something new, player. Don't keep using that right there. I'll talk to your brother and tell him to get you that.
Look, he can't even go to the he can't even go to the grocery store and put his phone in the little machine.
He can't do it.
He can only probably get $10. They only probably get $10. $10 for the phone.
They don't want it.
I'm not knocking. I'm just telling you what it is. Right?
Yeah,
they want that. They want that new.
For real. So, okay, so I'll do a recap. We going all over the board, but we're gonna come back to this because this wasn't planned. But as far as those Zen pods that I talked about last week, the Sleep Buds, the Amaze Fits, the old Siskel and Ebert, 2 thumbs up. Phenomenal. Get them. They're twice as much as I paid for them on the Indiegogo or promotion. They're $150 or something like that now, but just get them. If you need complete silence when you sleep, if you're a light sleeper, if you need ambient sounds going in your ears and not be disturbed, these things are the truth. Get them, and I highly recommend them. Fantastic price. They fantastic functionality. You don't even need you configure them with your phone. After that, you don't even need to use your phone anymore. Like the old Bose ones did, you had to start them or activate the ambient sounds with your phone. These, as soon as you take them out of their charger, they're already on. And I've got mine set to turn off when they recognize that I've actually gone to sleep. So I'm not racing the batteries or anything like that. So I completely recommend these. Those are fantastic.
You didn't even tell me that. So how does the Zen Pods know that you're asleep though?
I don't know, but
is it because of the movement or the way you breathe or something?
I'm thinking is that I finally settled down for the night, right? I mean, because I guess I don't know. Maybe I'm an active sleeper, mover. I know I used to crack Jen in the head every once in a while and just some elbow movements, but I think once your body finally rests into that comfort area, that comfort mode, they detect that some algorithm or some accelerometer or gyroscope that's built into the pods themselves, and then they shut off. So
okay,
yes sir. So there you go, Sonny. Go get them.
They can't get the James Hick or the scoop price. They can't get that. They got to go out in there. You got to jump in when you got to get it when you got to get in early.
You got to be an early adopter, but you got to live dangerously like me and Tall Boy. But it's all right. All right, brother. What you got? I just overtook the show for a minute. I moved myself to the main screen and everything. But what you got?
So let's talk iOS, iPad OS 14 review, the iPhone transformation.
Well, you
Can
don't know
talk
what
about that? They said for a couple
iOS.
of years now, we've heard that Apple kept putting off a big home screen overhaul for iOS as it has struggled with improving its development process to reduce the number of bugs that ship with the releases of iOS 12 and 13. And now, after those delays, iOS 14 finally brings that home screen renovation to fruition. So Apple has introduced home screen widgets in a variety of sizes, giving users new ways to manage their apps and introduce a non-home screen place to put installed apps on. So it sounds like y'all have converted over to Android. Can you break that down for me, my brother? Just tell me, how does it feel that somewhat you're already using our glass? So can you tell me how it feels to be an iPhone that's sole proprietor? Can you just tell me how it feels to feel like you're using an Android?
See, you got me all.
Come on over.
No, so you got me all flustered. I messed around and pushed the wrong button, and I turned my background off on my TV there because
just put it on the game for the people that don't want to hear this segment. Just put it on the game because they don't want to really hear this segment, but I want to hear your reaction. Go ahead, put the TV on the game so I can watch in the background. See it from the West Coast.
That'd be too much of a distraction. Look, yeah. So I don't even know what to say. Look, we copied you, and look, that's what Apple does. They do, right? They don't innovate much anymore. They don't. They really don't.
They never have.
Back in the day, there was some innovation. Apple has
always been a copycatter, man. Come on, man.
Apple has always been one. So we get into kind of
with the iPod. Come on, man. Come on, talk to me.
We can get into some serious discussion. Here's where I'm coming from, though. I think Apple has always tried to think that they can make something that you don't need before you need it. All right, so they think that they've got their hand on the pulse of society before society knows that they need something. They took the jack away, right? The headphone jack away. Thought you didn't need it. They brought about wireless charging. They brought about all these different things. And what they'll do is they'll see something that's in the marketplace today, let it get to a state to where it's adopted, where people are comfortable with it, and then they'll try their spin on perfecting it. They'll try their spin on perfecting. So they'll copy a lot of things, and that's just what they do. The whole iOS 14 is a step in the right direction, but the widgets and the home screen integration right now, it's still not to where we, even diehards, want it to be. We want more flexibility. We want more capability, but it's a closed ecosystem, right? The company wants every device to work exactly the same way, right? You can't have someone on a legacy version of the operating system having a different user experience. So they control that. It's very, very closed, very controlled. For that reason, not all applications out there have the capability of having widgets. Not all applications have the capability of being able to move around the screen. You can't even move stuff around the screen like you can with an Android device. It's really on a grid basis, as opposed to being able to stretch things like you can on Android, make them smaller, make them larger, whatever the case may be, and bring more third-party integrations. You can't do that. And there is reasons for that, because, again, they want every single device to work the exact same way. Will it get better? Maybe. But I think their goal was to finally catch up again and have functions that people who made the switch from Android to iOS that we've been hollering about for a number of years, a number of iterations. Now, will they evolve that with the next version, iOS 15 next year? Who knows? Who knows, right? I mean, we're looking at mock-ups and hearing rumors about what the next physical device is going to be, and it's how different can you make a phone? I mean, Dave says, can you bring out folding screens? You guys have already done that. I don't think Apple is going to do folding screens. Apple hasn't even done touch screens on their laptops, and that's old, right? I mean, that's old news. And the fact that Apple doesn't even have touch screens on their laptops, that's insanity to me, to be honest with you. So I'm very lukewarm on it. I like the fact that we finally have this capability and this functionality, but I don't like the fact that I can't make a on-screen widget for all of the apps like I can as easily on an Android device. So yeah, there it is. Long story short, I agree with you, but I slightly disagree with you.
Hey man, I could go on and on and on to the break
Can
it
we?
down.
I just want to move on from this because this is very
But
very.
hey, okay, next topic. I'm gonna give you a pass. Next topic.
Okay. Oh, I don't know
What
to
you
say.
got? What you got?
I guess I'm good. All right, so this is something that we both probably can get into, and the consumers can also get into. Disney Plus announced what they call Group Watch. Group Watch is the ability to connect with somebody else who had. I think they have to have Disney Plus, but you can actually watch the same show at the same time with someone else. So, pandemic relief, right? Because no one can go visit anyone. You can be streaming something off of your Disney Plus subscription, ask someone to join. Kind of like the old Netflix watch parties that were out there that were kind of unofficial because I don't think they were actually sanctioned by Netflix. And very similar to what Twitch did about a month ago with what they call their watch parties. But Twitch kind of launched with Amazon, so Amazon Live and Amazon Movies, Amazon Videos, to where that you can have watch parties and actually have multiple people watching a show at the exact same time. So you know that's I think that's a very cool thing
So
that
how does it work? So I mean, we both have to have the Disney Plus account, and then we can watch it like a Facebook group, or as you said, Netflix or Twitch party or something like that. Can you comment to watch the new Beyonce, musical that she had, or watch The Lion King or something like that? Like how does that work?
all right. So here I'm actually logged into my Disney Plus account. I don't know. I'll click on Marvel. I'll click on Wolverine here, and now you have this little icon here. Try group watch and watch together. So you're already in a group. So
If I log into my Disney Plus, like, how do you link up? How do you link me with you?
so let's do this. Depending on we
Ah,
got people watching, I'm gonna copy this link. I'm gonna put this link here in the comment, and if anyone wants to give this a shot, let's do it. I've never done this before. Just opened up my environment to folks, but we'll see. So anyone who now has that link, let's see if they can. Up to 6 people can watch Wolverine with me. So let me start this stream.
the question is, can you put the comment?
An error occurred. Ooh, didn't like
Uh,
that.
the, qu-
No, I did. It didn't like that link. Let me try the.
oh Lord, here we
Oh,
go.
we finding faults in Group Watch. Let me
Okay,
let me try it again. Let me copy the link. Let's see here.
this is interesting. See how you ask
There we
questions and
go.
then
Okay, there we go. Yeah, yeah. So copy that link, folks. I know it's horrible. It's a long link there, but
all right. So there's the link. I think that's it right there. Disney Plus. I think I logged on, and then so it says log in. Oh man, we ain't okay. So let's keep on talking, and we'll see if we can. Can you? Oh, you
it's
can't
make
keep that. You can't keep that going on as that's going on, right?
yeah. So I mean that's interesting to know, though, right? It's asking you to log in or maybe create an account. It's too bad that you can't just watch my stream with me, right? That is making you go through all of the authentication of having a Disney Plus account.
I'm trying to see if I can log in real quick on my Disney Plus. Let me see if I can find my password real quick.
Oh, he don't know his password. Yeah, see that's the
Man,
problem. You were trying to blame it on you was trying to blame it on Disney.
um, wow. I don't know my. Hmm.
All right.
All right.
That's all right.
Well, yeah, we're gonna have to keep it moving.
That's right. Dead air, folks. We're done.
Yeah,
So we
yeah.
got to keep it moving.
I don't
But
know.
so that's
I don't
just
watch
a,
Disney Plus. I mean, like I have it, but I don't watch it. Like,
so I'll test that out though. Maybe we'll do that later and see if you can still do it with folks who don't have. But that's kind of uh, that's kind of interesting to see because it, it's almost useless if you can't share what you're watching with someone if they have to have Disney Plus as well, right? I would rather be able to share it with other folks and have that popcorn eating moment with my parents because right my folks don't have Disney Plus and I'd love to watch a show with them even though they don't subscribe to the service. So
Right.
all right, yeah. Game is 87-57 right now.
God, they blowing them out
third-
that bad?
Yeah.
Golly.
So Jimmy Butler.
So basically, Miami don't really stand a chance. Okay, all right, I'm with you. All right, so I have to ask this Apple Watch Series 3. Did you get it? Did talk to me?
So there's already Series 3, right? They're on
I think
6. They're on 6. Yeah, so I've got the 5. The 6 is the one that came out. Yes,
Okay.
and the SE special edition or slow edition, whatever you want to call it. It's the SE that is fast that they've compared to the 3. It's faster than the 3. But the new one is the 6. I did not get it. It only has some very minor improvements versus the 5 that I have. Minor but relevant and important because they're blood oxygen and readings and things of that nature, right? So that was the main focus of what the 6 is. More health conscious as opposed to what the 5 already has. So again, being able to manage your blood oxygen levels, things like that. But everything else is in the software. So I've got the software already on my existing one. No need to spend $400 for a brand new watch that does the exact same thing, same size. No. So anyone that's already got a 5, don't upgrade to the 6. If you've got, just don't do it, right? Just don't send them that $400 or $500 because it's not necessary. If you've got something older like 2 or the 1 or maybe even 3, you'll see some benefit in upgrading to a newer model for sure. But again, that wasn't very exciting. It just very ho hum type of announcement. I love the company and I think we've all criticized them us on the Cult of Mac side. I keep saying that. I probably should stop saying that.
well, here's the report. It says, he says I wouldn't have to write yet another blog about why folks shouldn't buy the Apple Watch Series 3 anymore. A 9 to 5 Mac report notes that several Series 3 owners have reported that their watches are randomly rebooting since upgrading to Watch OS 7. So here we are again. And it says the gist is that several Series 3 owners have taken Apple and Mac rumors forums complaining that after downloading Watch OS 7, their watches have started randomly rebooting multiple times per day. So some report other bugs as well, such as the Series 3 locking itself, failing to load, complications, pairing issues with iPhones, and severe battery drain. Meanwhile, others have stated Watch OS 7 actually improved their battery life. So it's kind of a toss-up there. So I don't know why you guys keep dealing with Mac and iOS. Come on over here to Droid, man. Like, we love you. We welcome.
And here's the book, right? Here's why I keep calling it Cult of Mac. It really actually is a book.
Because you work there. That was your employee handbook, right?
I think it might be actually signed by somebody.
Well, do you want to tell them the story of how you bumped into the big man over there? Like you?
No. We've talked enough about that. We talked enough Apple stuff tonight. We're done.
I'm just saying, man.
We'll save that for another time. Everything you just said was real. Everything you said is relevant.
Just come on over. Come on. Stop being selfish. Stop being selfish.
Maybe,
I ain't got time for that, man. LinkedIn.
I am on LinkedIn, but
Yeah.
I don't use it. I'm a Facebook guy. I'm an Instagram guy. I'm not really have gotten into Snapchat and TikTok, but LinkedIn is really more for business. And they said LinkedIn will soon let users place video calls using Microsoft Teams, Blue Jeans, and Zoom. What are your thoughts on that?
It is good because right, you use LinkedIn when you're looking for employment, when you're trying to build up your business network. I use LinkedIn every day. I do just for a lot of things that I do at the day job, and it makes sense to have that functionality. But I think it's a good thing, but I think they're doing too much as well, right? Because in the corporate world, we're already using Teams, so now why do I want to have that functionality on a social network,
Maybe for an
right? Like
interview. I mean,
maybe.
we're in a pandemic, so I mean, when you think about that, it's like this is a way that you can have a conference call and do
Well,
multiple.
and that's what Blue Jeans is, right? So Blue Jeans brings in that multi-person conversation, multi-person type of video chatting capability. So obviously everyone knows what Zoom is because that's what they do. But they've had some security issues based, some of their servers based in China were having some issues in terms of privacy and things of that. So that was a conversation. Microsoft Teams has shot up in terms of popularity just because of that, and because many organizations are moving to that as their internal CMS, content management system. I use that on a day-to-day basis at my organization as well. So that makes sense. I just don't see how and why a social network needs to have all. What I can see, though, to be honest with you, is LinkedIn maybe charging folks. So yeah, there's the free LinkedIn version, and then there's all these different levels that you can upgrade to, professional, business, or whatever the case may be. But I honestly could see LinkedIn not having a free model anymore. By trying to bring in all this capability and all this functionality, I can almost, who knows, I don't know, right? I don't have any insider trading, but I just could see someone like in LinkedIn trying to, and I'm gonna say it, clean up the network, right? Get rid of rogue comments, get rid of folks that aren't seriously focused on the business aspect, aren't seriously focused on building their sales network, their network just in and of itself. So maybe charge you the price of a cup of coffee every single day, right? $5.99 a month,
Okay.
right? And then when you're putting some skin in the game and you actually are being charged for this, then you may remove some of that noise that's out there. Think of Facebook. Facebook's got all this stuff that you can do. You can have a marketplace, you can sell stuff, you can have all these conversations, you can stream live, you can make a group, make a page. One thing, you don't own this data because Mark Zuckerberg owns this data, and you don't pay for it. But you pay for it in the fact that you're
You gotta watch
opting
ads.
in to give them all of your information so they can feed you ads.
Right.
If I could pay $9.99 a month to not have to see any ads for 45, or I can't say the man's name, so for anything that I don't want to necessarily see, I pay. But that's a tangent. I don't know. Your original question, is this a good thing that LinkedIn is offering this? I think it's a innovative new way to think of how to utilize the platform. So I wish them well, and I'll use it right once it comes out, because I'm part of the group that can actually stream live on LinkedIn. Right, and you had to go through an approval process to get that. So I think that's a phenomenal thing. So to be able to bring that into the whole Hixley Media family, and then when we do like Perspectives and Focus, which streams on LinkedIn Live, to be able to have that type of functionality built directly into the platform, yeah, love it.
They also said LinkedIn also introduced the ability to edit one's message, allowing users to quickly and easily correct a mistake. And if the message is no longer relevant or one has sent an attachment by mistake, they can delete that as well. So they tell you how to do it in the article. And then they also said that LinkedIn has also added emoji on their messaging services. Users can press and hold or double tap on any message and open up a menu of options on mobile while they can hover over a message and get the tools on the desktop. So, I mean, you got emojis that sounded like text messaging. You got, I can understand. I sent out a message and that wasn't meant to go out to you. I definitely respect that because, you know, I wish they could do that for text messages. Maybe you send an accidental text.
Man, that would save a whole lot of strife in a lot of people's life for sure, boy.
Right. So, I mean, I get it. I mean, I think that they're just trying to stay with this live streaming game. I think that they're trying to stay relevant for the business users. And I think at the end of the day, it's a great way for them to transition. If you get familiar with if the business owners get familiar with the emojis and the video conferencing, then they can feel a little bit more comfortable with Snapchat, TikTok, and Instagram. Yeah. Not maybe fully, but they will get a grasp of it. And you know, when you look at these social platforms, each platform has its own use, has its own use case. Yeah. So Facebook is really more for, you know, the 35 and up crowd. Instagram is more for your 13 to 35 crowd. And your Snapchat is really more for your 13 to 25. And, you know, TikTok is probably 13 to 25 as well.
Nobody know about TikTok.
And then LinkedIn is for your business professionals. So if you're in that business professional, you know, lane, you know, kids on TikTok are not even thinking about LinkedIn and vice versa. So, man.
I agree. Again, it's interesting, and I think it's pandemic driven. To be honest with you, again, these organizations are thinking of new ways to engage users. Trying to bring in as much functionality as they possibly can into their platform. Okay. And they probably wouldn't have thought of this as fast if everyone wasn't stuck at home.
Correct.
On their device.
Correct.
Now,
let me ask you this before you do that. Do you do an unwind during the week? Because I'm in front of this computer 3 or 4 days out of the week. And I'm like, I don't want to look at another tablet. I don't want to look at a phone. I mean, it's back in 2009, I was eating this up like, man, live streaming is the future. And now it's like, this is my time to eat. And I'm like, I don't feel like eating right now. Like my cup have run us over. So your guy just said you needed an app. Remember, I had an app years ago. And it was like, at one point, it was like I had an app to where it's like, hey, you can watch the videos, you can watch all the videos that Tallboy does from CES or the celebrity interviews that I'm doing, and then it just got to a point to where it was like, I'm trying to drive people to this app, I'm trying to drive people to YouTube, I'm trying to drive everybody to my website, and then it just got to a point to where it was like, I was one of the first ones to have an app. I remember. You know, business owners, CEOs are looking at me like, you got an app? And I'm like, I got an app. Like, who cares? And then now it's like, now you're looking at Taco Bell to KFC to all these restaurants. They're like, you have to download our app. And then it's like, you can place your order. One of the stores here in Atlanta, you can't even go in the store unless you got an order on your app saying that this is your order. They won't even let you. One of the restaurants have said that you've got it down. So my thing is,
wow,
and it's a restaurant. That's a popular one.
So I've thought about it, right? And you know, the thing is, it's got to be engaging enough to pull folks from the primary channel. The primary channel is infotainmentnews.net, right? That's the hub for everything. And the idea is, do I just want to have an application that has links to social platforms? You know, no. Do I want to just have links to the podcast and to the YouTube channel and things like that? No, not just that. I've spun up a marketplace now, so I'm actually selling gear. I'm waiting on some samples to show up. With the Hicks Do Media logo. So shouts out to Printify for the collaboration there. Next week I'll show you the coffee mug that's coming in. I've thought about it. I may do something to where it becomes the hub, the mobile hub for everything, but not separate from, not a distraction from the main channel, right? So everything flows through infotainment news, and that's where I want the eyes to go to for written content, for the text, and also also for the video, because from there you can go off into YouTube, you can go off to Twitch, you can go off to everything else. But so I still got to wrap my head around it. I got the whiteboard on the wall right here that's got more graph lines and more all kind of stuff. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to be when I grow up, and I've got some ideas, got some plans before the end of the year. So it may happen, but I just don't know what it will look like, to be honest with you.
Okay, so back to my original question: do you take?
Oh, you just kicked me to the curb. I'm trying to give a little insight.
I wanted to answer the guy. I wanted to answer the guy's. Let you answer his question. But the original question was: on the weekends, do you just have to have a wind down, or do you have to just walk away from your devices?
I need to do that on a daily basis. So, quite frankly, after we are off air and I pull the audio down and make the podcast, I'm going to the gym, and that's my sanctuary, to be able to go move some weight, run a few miles, whatever. That's my release from all of the stresses of the day and things like that. It's been a tough, forget year, it's been a tough week for various reasons, right? And so every now and then, whenever I can, that's how I unwind, right? I'm just like you. I'm a technologist. I live and work with these devices all the time, but I have become conscious and cognizant of when it's too much, right? So I turn off notifications. I don't get I've got do not disturb mode on after 9 o'clock at night, so I'm not getting a whole bunch of Twitter updates, a whole bunch of Facebook DMs, or whatever the case may be. So I turn that off, but I do go out and do something active to make sure that I keep the mind, body, and spirit right.
But there's no one day that you just say no.
No, it's gotta be, if I don't go, no, I don't, no, I don't do that. I probably should, but I don't. No.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's just like my addiction to coffee, right? Look, it's what it is. It's 8:09 at night. I'm drinking. It's just coffee, y'all. It's not scotch in here right now.
You old.
Woo! Let me tell you. You see the salt. You see the salt. 95-72. 10 minutes, 32 seconds in the fourth. Lakers over the Heat, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're not watching, I'm just giving you the play-by-play update. Bro, we've run long, and that's a good thing.
You said you had a question and you wanted my response.
I did. I was gonna say, we ran long, but I don't want this night to go by, and I think we'd be remiss if we didn't at least talk about this, and I want to get your opinion on it. We had an event last night. 45 was on stage with Republicans, and the Democrats were on stage debating, but I want to bring this back into a technology conversation. So first presidential debate happened last night, and it was chaos. Right? It was brutal, just for the fact that one person was talking over the other. They didn't really get into issues. Nobody won. Forget the people on stage. The American people didn't win last night because of how chaotic that whole session was. Even with the Fox News moderator on there, they couldn't keep 45 from going crazy. Fast forward to this morning, you see all the news networks saying that was crazy. We can't do that again. We've got to figure out a better way of changing that whole dynamic of how these debates happen. So, what do you think about that? I mute the mic, put a shock collar on somebody, dim the lights. So, from a technology perspective, what do you think can be the thing that they could do to make the VP debate that's coming up in a couple of days, and then the next presidential debate, more successful for talking about issues as opposed to just two grumpy old men duking it out on stage.
Well, the thing is, and I watched it this morning at 4 o'clock this morning. I went to bed early, and I got up about 4. Said, "Let me just watch this debate because I know this is going to be a hot button issue." First, you got to have a solid moderator, and I thought Chris Wallace was A1. Before the debate, I thought it would be great to have him there. You need to go get a Samuel L. Jackson. Let's just call it what it is. I know that's a little too far to the left, but I mean, you got to go get somebody that has no problem saying what needs to be said. That's first and foremost.
Yeah.
Second, you got to have a dump button or a mute button and be like, all right, this is what it is. From a technology perspective, you got to have a dump button. I mean, you have it.
Yeah.
So why don't you use it? And then all the moderator has to do is say, I saw Biden throwing jabs, but I also saw the president throwing jabs, and he was being a big baby, a spoiled brat. And if you read any of the books that his family members have written, they've always said that he believes in bullying. He's always had it his way. He wants it his way, and that's how he causing chaos. That's what it is. So you know that you're gonna have to, if you want to muzzle him, you gotta give him a dump button. You gotta give him a mute button. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, you can have some music playing when he starts talking, but you know what I mean. I'm even though we're laughing,
like walk off the stage at the Grammys or something, right? You done, brother. Now go ahead and be quiet.
Right. I mean, see, you're laughing, but I'm so serious. It's like play some music over him to say, all right, you're off topic, or even have a sound effect button, to where, because he likes chaos, give him chaos back to where he doesn't know how to handle it and rattle him. So even though we're joking about this is something that you should do. I mean, like I said, they all agreed that this is what it was going to be. They were going to try and stay on topic, and then it literally turned into a SHIT show. So I mean, so it's funny because one of my friends that lives in Australia, while we were on the show, he said, "Man, the debate was SHIT." Even he said it, and he lives in another country. So, I mean, these are things from a tech perspective. One, even though it's not tech, you need to go get a moderator that's solid, that is respected by the audience.
He didn't mess around and started talking about the government, and they didn't cut off his internet. Oh, y'all see it, right, ladies and gentlemen? I didn't say.
Wow.
Oh, there we go.
Wow.
You froze, brother. Yeah. Them alphabet boys started to come after you.
They don't like the truth. Number two, I seriously, moving forward, I don't think Kamala and Mike Pence would do this. I mean, because I've never seen Mike Pence be disrespectful, even though you may or may not like him. I've never seen Kamala Harris be disrespectful. I think she's been snappy, but I don't think she's been disrespectful. I think the only disrespectful person that you've ever had was 45.
Yeah. So I threw that at you, but on Wednesday the 7th will be the VP debate. We'll see how that works out. But again,
it's next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday. Ooh. Yeah. Wait.
We can always watch the replay.
No, hopefully it's done. It should be done before we go live because we actually have a special guest next week. So
we're not talking about that next week.
Not yet. No. Brother, appreciate you, man. As always, I think we did it today, right? We talked about everything under the sun, made it relevant, had some great engagement and interaction with folks. Folks, we do this for you. Right. Again, we bring non-biased reviews. We go long because we want to get the whole story out, and we want to make sure that you have your questions answered by two subject matter experts. Believe it or not, we know what we talk about, and we love to share our insights with you and be entertaining and be informative as well. So hit us up with any types of ideas that you have for future shows. We got a good handful of things stored up here in the Evernote calendar, but again, still, whatever you got on your conscience, let us know. Cool.
I have real brief this Sunday. If you live in the Atlanta area,
It was confirmed on Monday. I'm hoping that it's still confirmed when I wake up in the morning. I have an interview with the person that is running against. Excuse me. She was running against the late John Lewis, but now that he's passed, there is a situation at hand where the Georgia Democratic leader, her name is Nikema Williams, now has taken that slot. It's very controversial. People aren't really paying attention to it. And I think last week we said something. If you see something, say something. You got to make noise. Got to be good trouble. So I actually reached out to both candidates, and the Republican candidate that's running, her name is Angela Stanton King. She has agreed to do an interview with me this Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you go to my Instagram page at I Am Tallboy, you'll see the flyer. If you go to her page at Stanton King, Angela Stanton, I think it's the Angela Stanton, you'll see the flyer where we posted it, and it'll be this Sunday. So yeah, man. Hopefully I can get some questions answered. If you go back and if you look her up, every interview that she's done with Roland Martin or the Breakfast Club, she's very controversial. But every interview that I've seen thus far, the journalists or the interviewers have been they've been somewhat biased. Mm-hmm. And my thing is, you need to really get to know who the person is. So I have always said I'm a Democratic voter, but I'm going to vote for the best candidate. So if she has something better to say than the other, and you never know, you might get my vote, or you might be able to swing a few votes here or there. So I'm just going to do the interview. I'm just going to ask the questions. I'm going to do my research and need to get to know who she is as a person, find out what she's running for, and see why she's the best qualified candidate. I don't care about all the other personal stuff. So if it happens, it's going to be the experience. They call it the Tallboy experience.
Tune in.
So Sunday night, 8 p.m. on my YouTube channel, search I Am Tallboy. If you look at any of my records, look at any of my videos, look at my work, you know I can hold my own when it comes to stuff like this. So
I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there myself. Appreciate you, brother. Everybody, y'all be good. Take care of yourself. We out.